Good evening and welcome to Season 9, Round 9 of ARC's Tier 1 F1 League. We are at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. I am Hollers, and I'm joined by my trusty compatriot, Let's Talk Golf, who just got back from a golfing vacation, of all things. How you doing, Golf?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing all right. While we wait for the drivers to come out onto the track, I have the standings to go over. So right now, our championship leader by 3 points is the Action, and then followed by Gore, 3 points behind. X-Max is in third, followed by SoCal Blazer Smithy, Ginger, Kubi, otherwise known as Aslan, NYK, Dangluke, Guinness, Van, who is basically a part-time driver at this point, Feline Phenom, Rickson, Only Rai, who is no longer a driver at all. He quit. Ruda, Stewie 3K, Wansaria, Rogue, Pavlovable, and Calculus. Those are our top 20. Let me take that down. And we've got an Alpine of Van already out on the track, so let's go on with him as he'll be the first driver to set a lap. Let me get my telemetry set up. While I do that, Golf, since you're the driver of the two of us currently, why don't you tell us about strategy tonight?
So strategy should be a pretty simple one-stopper. The tire, you don't wear tires down here. I think when I was doing practice, I could get 17 to 20 laps on the softs from the beginning.
I tabbed out real quick. I need to start the telemetry. I forgot to do that. There we go.
So, there's... you should be able to, whether it's soft, medium, soft, you should be able to protect the tires pretty well here. Like I said, late safety cars or safety cars in the middle you could probably go softs. So I'm on board with Van, and we'll take him through the qualifying lap coming up to turn one here. Uses a lot of the outside like you should. Pretty good to turn in. This is turn 2, which is nothing, and now up the hill to the hairpin up here. He gets all the way to the outside nicely, swings the car around, try to get on the gas as quickly as possible, hit the DRS, and off down the hill you go. Tough braking zone here. Stay to the outside, swing it around. You want to take it exactly like that. That helps turn the car in. Get back on the gas quickly. Tough little section here. Two quick left-handers. Kept it in 5th, which is nice. Ooh, ran a little wide. Did not invalidate, though, which was fortunate for him. And pretty good lap going here. Coming to the last 2 turns. Get to the outside. Cut it in hard. Got to be careful here not to invalidate. He does. Nice little banker lap. Pretty good lap in the 104.6.
Pretty good lap.
And pretty good start.
Gore goes faster by 0.4, though, the 104.2. Let's see, we've got him coming fast and quick, I think.
Goes CW Racing.
Yeah.
That was just a banker with a 106.
He's one of our reserves. I think the Action might have started a lap, looks like. I know he's finishing lap. Let's go on with our current championship leader. You mentioned the track limits here. Last season in Tier 3, I learned that the track limits here in this game are not nearly as strict as they have been in the past. Right where Action's coming through it, you can run out wide, and as long as you slightly lift, it will not ding you. As Action comes by and sets a 104.593, good enough for 4th. Rogue also just went for a lap, and he did a 104.3. So let's see.
Yeah, Max also was in the 104.3.
Yeah. Everyone's coming in. Got Kubi, he's invalidated. I think he's maybe going to try for a lap.
I think you got Lawrence going for a second lap here, so he's coming down. It seems like it's a good hot lap.
As Calculus.
Oh, it's invalidated.
Calculus did come by with a 105.4, though. And we've got, Lawrence is invalidated. Let's down with Kubi here. This comes to turn technically 3. That little kink there down the first DRS straight is technically labeled turn 2. Pretty tidy through turn 3. Coming coming up to turn 4, which is one of my favorite turns, honestly. It's got the initial tight turn in, but then it opens up nicely. It's a fun little corner to try to get. You can get a lot of time out of there if you do it well. Turn 5 and 6 complex, keeping it steady. Got a little bit wobbly there on the curbs, but I think it's fine. Coming to the last couple corners, downhill, falls away. This is a tricky corner. You can take it very fast, but it's also very easy to lose it. Just because, like I said, it's downhill and falls away from you. And he comes by with a 106.5, so not a great lap. It looks like, is that RK Lawrence there?
He just invalidated.
And Kubi retired. What happened to Kubi?
Lost it coming on the corner here off of turn 1.
Interesting. You can see the car.
He's over on the right-hand side.
Yeah. That's no good because he was on a cooldown lap, or what should have been a cooldown lap.
Yeah.
And we've got Ruda, who's just started a lap in the Alpha Tauri. So let's go on board with Ruda here. In terms of the alt strat, is that effective here, starting on the mediums? Because I know it's pretty easy for both compounds to go to about half race distance. So does it really matter which order you do it in here?
I don't think so. You probably, from what I found, the softs are not that much faster at the end comparatively. When I did when I tried to do the alt strat, it just felt like I was fast. Oh, and Ruda lost it. He's gonna watch out. Oh. And you've got, who's that? NYK? No, not NYK.
I think it might have been, Feline Phenom just went by. Let's see what she can do here. She is on an out lap. She's starting, is she on the mediums? She's on the mediums, so she might be going for the alt strat. Or maybe she just sat in the banker. Coming into turn 1, takes a lot of curb, very clean. That curb can really upset you, but you have to take as much of it as you can to get an optimal lap time here. Coming up turn 3 with the DRS open, braking about the 100-meter board. Take this turn tight. That was very clean, very quick, looking through there. I think this might be a good lap from Feline. Let's see when she comes up to the Sector 2 timing line, what she's at. Coming up turn 4. Again, one of my favorite turns. Doesn't take quite as much curb as she maybe could have, but I don't think it'll compromise her. That corner, you don't need to take a ton. Good through 5 and 6 so far. Hopefully she can not repeat what we just saw Ruda do.
She got a little wide there and had to lift a little bit.
Yeah. So it might end up compromising her, but I think on the mediums, this is probably just a banker.
Still a pretty good, really good medium lap at 105.
Yeah. Good enough for P9. Track position here is not hugely important necessarily, but let's go with her teammate Gore, number 2 in the standings. As he's finishing up his out lap, and he'll be starting one. Actually, do we have SoCal? No. Is that? Yeah, it's Juan. So Rogue is on a lap. Let's go with him, and then we'll go on with Gore.
He is going slow. I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think he's weaving.
I think he's getting ready to start a lap. I think he might have been validated and needed to recharge.
Yeah. Gore should back. Ooh, it's interesting. I'm going to go with Gore and go on to the cockpit cam. So they're both on hot laps. They're quite close. The dirty air is not huge here, but it's certainly not helpful. They're both cleanly through turn 1. I think Gore is trying to use the toe here, which can be very helpful for some of these long DRS straights.
He's not up a ton, though.
No.
He was only up 100? 100?
Yeah. So I think the dirty air is probably going to end up really just undoing any help he gets from the toe. But maybe Gore doesn't realize that Rogue is on a hot lap as well. But anyway, they come through turn 5 and 6. About on an equal pace. Rogue is actually pulling away a little bit. Gore posts...
Gore is still a little up, but not ton.
15,000.
This is probably a good lap from Rogue, too, because he's been holding him back behind him pretty close. Good finish for Rogue there. Probably gonna be pole. Yep.
4-0. Gore probably should have on his outlap backed off a little bit to give Rogue some space. But hey, Rogue is faster than I am. Let's go with Ruda. He's starting another lap. Let's see if he can keep this one on the track. Turn 1, brake about 75-ish meters. This is going to invalidate. No. Forgot if you lift there, it will not invalidate you. Coming up,
NYK just went across on mediums with a 104.295.
That's quite a lap. Max 103.9 on the softs.
Smithy, I believe, is just starting a lap.
Okay. We'll finish up this lap with Ruda and then go on with Smithy. It doesn't look like Smithy's not been out at all yet, has he?
He might have been out earlier and invalidated, but
Ruda goes out wide, has the lift, doesn't invalidate. Ruda's really struggling here. Goes out perfect on the last couple corners. Let's see how he does here. It's probably going to be in the 104s. Yeah, 104.5. Not bad. It's good enough for P6. So we're on with Smithy, who is about halfway through his lap now. Just behind Ginger, who's on a... or is that Max on his cooldown lap? I can't tell. Goes out a little wide.
It's Max on his cooldown.
Smithy braking quite a lot for that turn. He's on pad, so maybe you have to do that with the controller, but that's not going to help. Yeah, 105.5. So it's only good enough for P13. Did Max stay out? Yeah, Max stayed out. A little unexpected because you really want to preserve the tires, especially when you've set a good lap like that in the 103s.
Oh. And he's got like no gas, which is the weird part about it. Maybe he thought he could get a tow.
Maybe.
I don't know what Smithy realizes that he's on a hot lap behind him.
No.
The thing is, Smithy could actually be on a hot lap himself.
He could. He's not charging his battery, but Max is 0.3 off his best pace, so Smithy's very clearly holding him up. Some lag, I'm not sure what's going on here. Max dives in, so let's see. Does Smithy improve, though?
It looks like he might a little bit.
He does up to P11. All right, let's see. Don't have a whole lot of cars out. Is that a
Ginger?
Green dot? Yeah, it's
just coming into 5 and 6 here. He's just a bit down on his best lap, but not by much.
Yep, so almost 700s. So that'll move him not at all.
Invalidated.
He just invalidated. It's interesting. So Ginger did what a lot of other people are doing. They went wide there on the exit of turn 6. He gets invalidated, but others have not.
Yeah, it's all about if you keep the pedal, if you keep the throttle down. Yeah. And it's funny because you don't want to go, you want to use that curve, but you want to use it later, if that makes sense. Like, people are running a little deep and getting too steep into that corner, and they're having to lift or move back left, whereas you want to be kind of hitting it on the straight.
Feline moves herself up into P5. Very good lap on the softs.
So Gore's going to actually come out here with mediums.
That's an interesting call.
So he has not come out yet, sorry.
You just got him fitted right now. Ginger's fitted the mediums too.
You've got, so looking at the best, you've got NYK and the Action. Both of their times are on mediums.
We got RRK Lawrence, who otherwise is known in Discord as some idiot, who's done 10 laps on a single set of softs. I'm not sure if he's just doing practice on the fly or what's going on here. But definitely a strange scenario there. I'll see if he comes in. He's not Doesn't have his battery on. Yeah, he's charging up.
I imagine he'll go for another one here.
This is a strange call. Anyway, let's go with CW Racing, who's on the mediums, currently P14 with a 105.5. See if he's improving. No, that's not going to help. Going way deep into turn 5. Yeah, 2 seconds off of pace. Not sure what's going on there. I've got the Aston Martin pair, both on outlaps.
I wonder if this is going to be a tow.
Yeah, Max is behind. Ginger's in front on the mediums. Max backs off, so he's not going to be in tow range. So let's go with Ginger, because Ginger's going to be on the mediums. I'll be curious to see. Gore thought better of it, by the way. He's on the softs. So he's going for raw pace. See what Ginger can do on the medium, see if he can improve. It's going to be that's not going to help.
He saves it, but those tires are shot, so we'll go to Max.
Let's see, our current pole sitter by about 8 hundredths. He's not using his battery.
Ginger just got disqualified.
Well, that's his qualifying over. What is going on here with Max? He is not using his battery, not really pushing. Is he trying to bet in this pair of tires, or this set of tires, before he actually goes a hot lap? Is that a strategy here at this track?
I mean, you can, honestly, the tires last, so if you want to go, like, if he does this and goes on the lap, 15 lap, he could probably do 15.
Gore's
and
already
have 21 on the medium. So, yeah, here he goes. He's going to go on a hot lap now because his battery is going down.
Probably trying to burn some fuel down, would be my guess. Because even if you do minimum fuel here, it's good enough for 2 hot laps.
Okay, let's make sure SoCal gets out of the way. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, Max tried to use a little bit of draft there. Coming up turn 3.
Hair down on his time, but looking good.
There's Juan Sorry retires. Looks like he bended at turn 1 as well. Calculus is retired from the session. That's in the pits.
Van Bendit.
Turn between turns 5 and 6. Anyway, we're coming up to the
here.
Timing line. Let's see how Max is doing through sector 2. 700ths off his best time, so not improving. But he's got a couple more turns. You can make up a lot of time here as well. Good wide entry, very quick through last couple corners. Let's see how he does. Invalidate. Is Gore still on hot lap? So Gore, he's on a hot lap, right in front of his teammate.
Down. He's going to let his teammate go. Might have given his teammate a little toe there. Beautiful turn from his teammate. Coming into 5 and 6 here.
Let's see how Feline does.
Pretty good there.
NYK goes fastest. So Feline Phenom's improved by about 8 hundredths. That won't move her up the pecking order at all as it stands right now, but we'll see how she does.
Very nice through that section. Got a little shallow going in there. Might have lost a little time, but it looks pretty good.
She improves by 6 hundredths, so doesn't move her up the order. So for the Ferrari starting 4th and 5th. Let's see, Rogue.
Rogue is done. So NYK with a very fast lap.
Did Vinny join late? He just said he left the session.
He might have tried to join late.
1 second.
So that is qualifying done, it looks like.
Okay, sorry about that.
While Hollers is figuring that out, we got the Action is the only one on the medium, on the alt strat, starting in 7th. But your order is NYK, Max, Rogue, Gore, teammate Feline, Ruda, The Action, SoCal, Wansaria, and Smithy.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call real quick.
No worries.
All right. So Vinny joined again. Let me ping him real quick. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So NYK, Max, Rogue are your top 3. Gore, Feeling Phenom, Ruda, Action. That's your top 6, I think. Sorry about the distraction dealing with lobby issues. Hopefully, Vinny's late join does not crash this lobby.
We hope.
So it looks like the race is dry right now. Telemetry shows that there could be some rain. We'll see if that happens.
Looks like it is going to work.
Hopefully. All right, I'm leaving on position change up. Well, let's see, tires. Most of the people outside the top 10 are on the softs, except for QB, RR, K. Lawrence, and Ginger, all on the mediums. And the action started on the mediums, set a time within the top 10 on the mediums. So we're doing the formation lap. Lobby seems stable so far. So we got NYK pip pull there right at the end from Max. So we got an Alfa Romeo and an Aston on.
As for the hollers, are you there?
I am.
Okay.
So I'm responding to.
It's all good. You might be talking about the time change, which
yeah,
I pinged about 2 hours ago. So
yeah, and the Apollo bot
took that into
a
effect,
15-minute reminder. So anyway, all right, forming up the grid.
So as for the championship, you got Gore and the Action on 2 separate strategies. And you've got Max, who's a little ways back, but in good position. 5 lights. And they're off.
Yeah, way they go. Nick NYK gets a decent start. Looks like Gore got a very good one, too, but not quite good enough to make up any ground. Almost takes his wing off. Trying to get around.
Someone is CW Racing.
Right. Yeah.
The Action up 2 spots on his mediums already.
A little bit bumping and banging. I hear Rogue and Gore bumping and banging, I think it is. Rogue gets around Gore, back up to P3, so back up to the original finishing order, or starting order. As they come through turn 5 pretty cleanly. Looks like the only casualty of the start, which is very impressive for Austria, is CW Racing. We're not quite sure what happened there. So let's go down. I'm going to go on with Gore because he's quite close to Rogue within just a couple of tenths. All right, already falling in single file line here. It looks like very good.
Oh, in the action, big spin.
Did we see? Did he get bumped, or was that a mistake on his own?
It looked like a mistake on his own, and oh, that was almost really bad. Oh, okay, we're all safe. Van is in the pits, so I imagine that's a front wing for Van.
Yeah, let's see.
Might have had trouble with CW.
Yeah, it might have been what started this. He is getting a wing. Anyway, let's go back to the racing. Everyone, so it looks like the intervals are already spacing out pretty well. RRK Lawrence is already up to P10, P9, up 6 spots from the start. As he and Smithy having a little bit of argy-bargy going on there. Switching the tires now. RRK Lawrence is now by Smithy cleanly into P9. Chasing down Mansaria. This shows you RR's pace. He's on the mediums and he's gone through quite a few soft runners already. Maybe he's trying to go for a last first challenge here. I'm going to switch back to Gore. As NYK sets the fastest lap, the 106.738.
Rogue had gotten past Max
in P2.
Which is going to happen a lot on these. You got 3 straight DRS spots, and if you lose, you get out of that DRS train.
Oh,
moves like Gore's.
Gore going for the move on Max. Max giving him space. Looks like Gore's got the move done. Rogue is back with the DRS of NYK.
Mansaria is out, and that's a safety car. That was out of turn 3. Lost it coming around. This is a virtual safety car.
Interesting.
Just a virtual.
Let's see if riding on board with Vans, if we can see Mansaria's car before the virtual. Nope, virtual stewards have cleared it. Unfortunate. So Rogue is 1.6 adrift of NYK, and Gore is at 1.6 adrift of Rogue. This VSC, I imagine, will be ending pretty quick here.
Big winner, gotta be Lawrence so far, all the way up to 7th on those mediums.
Sure. Wow, that was quick. In a matter of really 3 racing laps, 2.5. That's impressive.
Doobie into the pits. Gonna go onto the mediums.
Can he take?
Probably can make it to the end.
Can he? That's. Yeah, maybe.
On my 20 lap mediums, I only had about 30% by the end of it, so it's doable. The tire wear is just.
Oh,
big got penalty.
Drive through.
I think Gore also got it.
And Max. So they must have had a red delta when it ended. That's unfortunate. Let's check those penalties.
They are drive-throughs.
Yeah, all drive-throughs. So they're gonna. I'd imagine they'll wait until they're forced to serve it. No.
Rogue's in.
They're all taking it right away.
In.
That's an interesting call because they had pace on the guys behind them. They get 3 laps to do it. So I thought maybe they would try to build the gap to the folks behind them before they had to do this drive-through. But so Ruda is now 3.7 seconds behind NYK in second. SoCal behind him is within the DRS. Got the DRS swap open. RRK Lawrence up into P4 already. On the mediums, obviously the 3 folks having to take the drive-throughs really helped him out. But this is incredible pace on the harder compound because the crossover point's not going to happen for quite a few more laps. And he's hot on the tails. And I think he's going to get by SoCal here, probably on the start-finish straight, because SoCal is not going to have DRS assistance. He has fallen behind Ruda too far. As they come through the detection zone, he's about 1.1, 1.2 behind Ruda. So let's see if RRK Lawrence is not deploying. I think he's going to wait until the next straight to try to get it done. As SoCal makes a mistake.
SoCal. Yeah. That should open up the door.
Rogue is already on CW Racing's tail, looking at the Delta. Let's see. Looks like RK Lawrence has the move done. P3 is on the podium.
Smithy. Oh, Feline. She is way off.
Yeah,
I don't know if there was an incident there.
As Gore and CW Racing, Feline. It's a 10-second time penalty.
That one probably needs to be reviewed.
That's strange. CW Racing is now going to lose a spot to X-Max. So the leader, the 3 front runners who had to take drive-throughs are already making their ways up. Back up. So they're all back up in the points. Rogue P8, Gore P9, and then X-Max P10. So Feline gets a 3-second corner cutting penalty. Going from bad to worse, RK Lawrence sets the fastest lap on the mediums with a 106.1. I think that's, 6/10 faster than NYK's fastest lap was. And he's already
on route.
That's incredible.
Yeah, this is some pace.
They were talking in Discord about how fast he is.
So it's lap 7. 3 seconds down. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's see, you've got Rogue the Action back 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Let's go with the action. So he's our current championship leader. He I had that mistake early on. Not sure if it was a mistake really or if it was an accident. He is usually Mr. Perfection, for lack of a better word. Doesn't make mistakes, doesn't get penalties. I think he had his first corner cutting penalty of the season last week. But so he's going to want to hold off Gore, who is his main rival.
Yeah, those drive-throughs were humongous for the action. Yeah. After the spin, and then having Gore, Max, and another person all get the penalties. That was huge, but he does have to hold off Gore here, who's going to try to make a move down the inside into turn 4. Oh! I think Gore's gone. That was ambitious.
Oh. Is CW Racing?
Oh no! CW Racing's out. It's got to be a safety car.
Safety car, there it is. That's some carnage.
That was it was a bold move from Gore. He stuck his
no comment since I'm a moderator in FIA, but yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that later this week. CW Racing obviously leaves the session from the DNF. Yeah, so under our rules, so action is now up to P3 as a bunch of runners, let's say the soft runners, are pitting for mediums. Gore's obviously in the pits fixing that wing, going to change his tires. But, so as I was saying, under our rules, technically, drivers don't have to lift for yellow flags. But they do so at their own risk. So, Sin Black Fox says in chat that he clipped the incident, so check the clips, folks, if you missed that incident. Thank you, Sin Black Fox, for taking care of that for us. But anyway, so don't have to lift technically for the yellow flags, unlike real F1 in this league, but you do so at your own risk. So while obviously the fault for the cars being in the middle of the track does not necessarily lie with the folks who ran into them, you should be more cautious when there is a full course yellow in a safety car, even if you don't technically have to slow down.
Not that it matters too much, but you've got Lawrence has now taken the lead.
Yeah, because NYK pitted.
Without stopping. The action also has yet to stop.
Yeah,
I
let's look at the
think
pit
everyone
stops.
who just pitted to mediums can make it to the end.
Yeah, so Lawrence and the action and the Red Bulls will have to pit. They're the only ones who have not yet pit. I don't think the softs would go the rest of the race, so they're kind of, unless they want to go to the hards, which in this game is always a bad choice. So they really had no choice but to stay out. Someone else in the Twitch chat, I'm going to mispronounce this, Mika Fusion, asking about Feline Phenom if she's the one who plays RL. I don't know if Feline plays Rocket League, but possibly. And Niall points out that NYK is in a great position. He is. We know that RK Lawrence has blistering pace, starting last on the mediums, and he's now worked his way, on merit, and worked his way up to P2, and NYK pitting promoted him to P1. He's going to be on the faster compound at the end of the race. I'd imagine there might be another safety car, just because it's Austria, or at least a VSC that might allow him to take a free pit stop. But yeah, NYK is certainly looking good for a podium, as is the action after that early incident that he had. I think it was lap 1 or 2.
Problem with the action is the extra pit. The good thing for him is it's only, even at full speed, it's less than 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's a quick pit stop here.
So
it's a quick lap in general.
Yeah, so he does need to hopefully be able to open up a gap to some of the people behind him. He's got about, I'd say probably another, with the safety car, probably another 10 to 15 laps, give or take. So he can if he can stay with NYK, who's been very fast, and maybe safety cars coming in, and if he could stay with NYK for a while, they could be able to pull away from the other drivers, which may give him a chance to get that podium. But that extra pit stop's gonna hurt a little bit.
And we know with RRK's pace, with Lawrence's pace, he could probably, even with 10 lap older tires, run away from NYK. But I'm not sure if they're in voice chat together. He might do his teammate a solid and try to hold up NYK a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to switch to position change just because we got the restart. As they're coming around the last couple corners, RRK Lawrence is going to back the pack up and go.
Oh,
NYK. Oh, no. It looks like he just lost grip.
Commentator's curse. It looked like he caught the
curb there.
The curb coming out of the last turn there, and it just unsettled him a little bit.
So right now we've got the Red Bull 1-2, and Lawrence has already pulled away to 1.2 seconds. Ruda looking to get by action. I think Ruda's on the newer tires, so he's going to have better grip, and it's showing. Ruda's sticking with the action pretty well. So he's deploying all his battery. Everyone's got full charge. Action obviously using his 2 to stay ahead. But you can see the difference in grip levels as Ruda closes up to the action even more as they go into the braking zone there for turn 4. Coming through turn 5 and 6. Action goes out a little wide, but he actually gains a little bit of time on Ruda. Let's see as we come through. Look at Lawrence's gap. He's already 1.7 seconds ahead of our current championship leader. They have the same tire wear, same car. It's just his pace.
Ruda's going to get past here.
Yeah.
There's so much more grip. But not a terrible thing for the action if he can stay with, these other people, and SoCal's going to also look to get by him here. Oops. SoCal. Okay.
He's not going to get the move done, I don't think. I went on with Gore real quick. Gore's already up. That's Rogue there, getting all squirrely in the AlphaTauri. As SoCal and Smith are both.
Yeah, down into turn 4 here with 2 wide. He runs it a little wide, taking the position.
Smithy with the opportunistic move, getting SoCal. So Smithy's now in P4. Let's go on to the tires. All right, so Kubi, he's going to have to pit again. Kubi went on the softs. So he'll have to pit again, as will Feline. They're probably banking on another safety car, kind of like Lawrence and the Action are. DRS is now enabled. They won't have it on this straight. They'll have it for the next straight because the detection zone is before the finish line for this straight. So let's see. Smithy, let's go with Smithy's.
Lost it a little bit coming out of
Yeah.
1.
So
He still has DRS, so he'll be able to catch and then hopefully go. Oh, he's in it. Oh, thought about the dive.
He did.
Action came a little.
Oh, go ahead.
Came a little squirrely out of there, so Smithy will stay with him. But we'll wait another. You got Rogue trying to make a dive down the inside of SoCal here. They touch a little bit.
Incident that caused our most recent safety car.
This is a lot of driving here. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. You got
you're good.
DRS between 4th and 12th.
Quite the chance. Rogue's trying to go back at SoCal. Let's down with Rogue. Rogue's also one of the guys who's got raw pace. Doesn't always. Oh, that's going to be Rogue out. Commentating curse again. It's a safety car. That's going to bail out Lawrence in the Action, although they just went by pit entry.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. They should be able to make it on softs.
It'll be touch and go, but I mean, at this point, you have to do it. It's late enough that you don't want to risk there not being another safety car. But it's going to be, those last few laps are going to be real bad in terms of grip. But let's see. Ruda's got a 3-second penalty. Feline's got 13 seconds in penalties, although 10 of those look questionable. Ginger's got 3 and Van's got 3 as well. So let's see who comes in and what tires they take.
I'd be interested to see if anybody else comes in looking for the softs.
No, I think if you're on the mediums, you stay out. If you're on fresher mediums. But Kubi and Feline should come in, I would think, as I think Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence is in.
Lawrence is in. Action's coming in.
Yeah, Action, though, as you saw there, I think he was trying to back up the pack because he's going to have to double stack. Let's hopefully. Yep, it looks like his teammate is out, so the double stack will work out for him, I think, as he goes onto the softs. Yep, so good pit stop there from the Action and Lawrence. But the field was already closed up pretty well, so they didn't get a great pit stop benefit. They dropped back about as far as they probably would have, maybe even farther if they'd have had to stop under green flag conditions. So this safety car, with coming so quickly after the prior one, really didn't help them out as much. And so the Action is now out of the points and 7 spots behind Gore, his championship rival. So it's not great news for him in terms of keeping his #1 spot. He's going to have to do a lot of work. Obviously, he'll be on the softer, faster compound for a bit, but there will be an inflection point where the mediums... well, with Gore being 6 laps ahead, they will probably be on about similar grip levels by the end of the race.
Safety car could come in this lap. I don't think it will. Did it say it was coming in? It looks like he's backing it up.
I didn't notice, but let's see. Let's go on to Ruda. Safety car's out. So we'll get one more lap behind the safety car. So Smithy and SoCal are now also in the podium with Max, P4, who's just pitting. Calculus and... Did Lawrence pit again?
It is saying he is pitting again.
He's going back on the mediums. Interesting.
He had well pace.
And the Action's in too.
The Action's going to do it too. Okay.
And they double stack. So the Action and Lawrence go from the back. This will be one to watch. I guess from the Action he had nothing to lose. He's already P12. So one extra car to get by.
That car is
able to go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about it. it's a lot to make up. Yeah, your mediums are fresh, but you kind of lose that pace advantage. I can see why Lawrence did it. He's already got a pace advantage.
Safety cars in this lap.
So we'll see. He's very consistent. Doesn't pick up penalties. I would imagine there's probably going to be another incident.
We
but
shall see.
Those are cars he has to get around. I would have liked to do it on softs, and he would have been on. It would have only been 19 laps on softs, which is close, but is doable.
I'm going to stand with RRK Lawrence here just because of his pace and see how much ground he can make up on this restart.
And here goes Ruda. And I'm on Gore, so pretty good start from all 5 of the tops. Feline is still in there, so good start from everyone except the Action.
Yeah. Action did not get a great start. Kubi picks up another 3-second penalty, otherwise known as Aslan, in P10, as RK Lawrence is already by calculate. Well, doesn't have the move done quite yet. He gets it done, so he's into P11. So in the space of 2 real corners, pretty up a spot. As the Action is also trying to get by calculus.
And that's a spin, trying to...
Yeah, I'm, again, not going to comment on that, because that might end up reported. But so now, Lawrence is hunting down QB. And up at the top, it looks like Max got by SoCal, so Max is back onto the podium. Max is also up there near the top of the leaderboards for the championship. So as Lawrence...
with 3 second, Ruda with the 3 second, I believe.
Kubi's holding off Lawrence pretty well. So I think DRS... No, we've got a couple more laps for DRS. And Lawrence is by Kubi, it looks like. Yep. Move done. And I believe he'll have the DRS on this lap. Looking at the mirrors, Kubi does not have DRS, but he's still trying to go around the outside. This turn going around the outside is never particularly helpful. Now, Lawrence lining up the next move on NYK, who was our pole sitter. He had an incident on the last safety car restart and makes quick work of our pole sitter. This is impressive pace. But I'm going to give someone else some screen time. Let's go on with Gore. Within just a few tenths of SoCal Blazer. Trying to get back onto the podium. And currently, as it stands, believe, let me look at the standings.
He would be the leader, I believe.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that Max wouldn't leapfrog him.
No. Max is like the
42 points. Yeah, it's 42 points behind. So, if the race ended right now, Gore would be your championship leader. But they've still got
move on SoCal
yellow
here.
Flag. Is that NYK?
That is NYK with a spin. He is okay.
I think I see some in plate. I think I'm missing in plate. Yep. Missing an end plate on the left side. So they'll have to pit again. Not great news for our pole sitter. As Gore does get around SoCal Blazer into P4. Now he's going to look to hunt down Max and then get back on that podium. As Max is hot on the tail of Smithy.
I would imagine Smithy is holding up. He lost DRS, so that would be interesting. If he can get back in DRS, it'll be okay. But if not, I would expect Max to go flying past him. There's a Sector 3 incident. Looks like Feline.
Yep.
Gonna let the Action go.
So Max has got the DRS flap open. Smithy without the DRS is going to be a sitting duck on the next straight, I think.
I think there's a safety car. There is a safety car for Feline.
No, yeah, that's strange.
She was going super slow.
Yeah, she has no wing.
On the back straight.
Action pits again. This time
I think this is... Yeah, I think this is a big... Back to those softs that he was on before.
Yeah, one lap.
But I think this is This is going to be huge for him. I don't think he'll be able to catch up to the pack to pass anybody that pits, but I would expect everyone to come in from the for the softs to QB. Lawrence
will stay out.
I would imagine would stay out with his pace. I don't think he needs to come in and pit, but
we got Niall rooting for the action here, and he did ask shortly before the safety car came out. Smithy pits. Ruda stays out.
War stays out. Max pits.
So does SoCal.
Lawrence stays out.
Calculus pitted. Oh man, this thing's jumping around. Yeah, so we got four people in the pits. I don't know if the action is going to benefit though. I don't think he's going to get around. I think he's under a delta. That's unfortunate.
He should be able to get around 2 here, so he'll be behind Max.
Yeah, so he'll come out of this at P9 on 1 lap old softs. The next 3 cars in front of him are all on softs. Kubi's on older softs, 5 laps old. So P9 picks up a corner cutting penalty. She has 16 seconds.
And again, I would say 10 of those, if they're not removed, if she doesn't report them to be removed. I know you can't comment. I still can. That was an absurd 10-second corner cutting penalty.
Yeah. For those of you who might not have been here when it happened, Feline went off at turn 3. I think she just overcooked the brakes, outbraked herself, and then when she came back on, she didn't, cut it or anything. It gave her a 10-second corner cutting penalty. Usually those are reserved for pretty egregious. As Gore now comes in, strange call from Gore.
This is
going to go behind the action.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher for me, because a front wing.
Is Gore getting a new wing?
The wing, front wing.
Interesting. So he must have. Well, he did. No one has a 5-second penalty. Wonder what happened then. But anyway, Lawrence is in P2. That's incredible. I mean, just before the safety car, he was in what, P9? Obviously, people pitting helped him move back up, but that just shows you the pace that he has. I imagine the safety car will be in this lap as soon as NYK picks up the back of the snake here, back of the dragon. Maybe not though, because if he doesn't get there by the sector,
I'd be very surprised if it doesn't come in. But
yep, there it is. Safety car in this lap. Good call. So let's see how long it takes Lawrence, or how quickly he gets. Oh, Feline. Just ignoring what? Oh, she must have passed someone.
It can be
another tough week for her. Last week she had quite a few penalties. We had a lobby remake. She didn't reload her setup and it didn't go well. But there were enough DNFs she was able to pick up a point or two. All right.
Ruda's gone. Lawrence is all over. Van, our former Tier 1 champion, up in the 3rd of the reserve today. Ginger with the big spin. Didn't seem to hit anything, just went off.
That's good. I got 31 Sword in chat asking why is Gore in P11 at the time P12. I'll tell you in a minute as we watch Lawrence go for the move on Ruda, who's got significantly older tires. Ruda doesn't put up much of a fight, and that's Lawrence in P1. Let's see. I'm going board with
Gore just
Max.
passed his teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on max. Okay.
So to answer your question, 31 sword. What ended up happening is drive-throughs and an incident, and then he lost a wing either before or during a safety car, so he's had to pit. Let's show the pit detail. Twice. So that's pretty much why he's down there at the bottom.
Yeah, and the last pit was during safety car on a second lap, so he went from second all the way down to 12th. He's made up two positions since then.
Yeah, Smithy gets around Kubi. Kubi, did he rear end him? I'm not sure. So Kubi has lost a couple spots here. Ruda is already fallen back 8/10, almost 9/10 from Lawrence. Van about 1.5 seconds off of Ruda. Smithy is going to benefit from that because I believe DRS will be activated. What happened?
Gore and Calculus are racing very, very hard.
I see that.
There's been a couple bumps through this section.
Ruda picks up a 3-second penalty. Really
Max is going to the pit.
Did he lose a wing? Let's see, does he get the change? So DRS is now enabled. As soon as we see if... So Max is going to get a wing. Unfortunate. We're going with Smithy here, because he's got DRS, whereas Van will not. But not really able to close up much. Although you can see, though, the grip differential between the new softs and the older mediums. And Smithy does now get the move done. Oh, wow. Van braking kind of late there. Looks like he does have the move done now. So Smithy's on the podium into P3. Van's old medium is not really helping him out too much as he picks up a 3-second corner cutting penalty. Action is up to P6. So he's picked up quite a few spots. He's ahead of Gore. So if the race were to end right now, he would retain his championship. Kubi picks up a 3-second penalty. This is the track of corner cutting penalties. So
Gore is now behind the action.
Yeah. So the action is trying to get him, makes a mistake coming out of turn 1. But it might be SoCal goes defensive into turn 3, forcing
Gore is going to take the act. Oh, Gore went for it, but
let's see if we have a repeat. The last time this happened going to turn 4. No. Gore thinks better of it. Gets a better drive out of turn 4. Action really needs to get by SoCal. SoCal is obviously holding up the action. Gore is trying to be opportunistic about that. Not to blame him. It's not a criticism. All right. Coming around to finish lap 27. Hopefully the action can dispatch SoCal. If I'm him, I wait until the next straight, but let's go on with the action. Yeah. This straight's not quite long enough, and I believe it, yeah, he lifted early. Taking the smart move there, I think. As Van and Smithy are... Van is around Smithy again, as the action is now going to get by SoCal pretty easily.
Oh, a little late on the brakes, though. He's not going to have DRS, so SoCal will go by him again.
So there's a mistake from our championship leader, Mr. Perfect. He's trying to battle. Really, all he has to do is stay ahead of Gore to maintain his championship lead. That's easier said than done. Gore has action on pace, but Gore tends to make a few more mistakes than the action does on an average week. What's going on here with Smithy and Van? Because Smithy's got much newer soft tires. Van somehow got back around him. I don't see any damage. So, and Van is now dropping Smithy a little bit. I'm going to go back on with the action now. Our championship leader as he's going to try to get by SoCal again. Don't think he's going to have quite enough room, enough runway to do it. Gore also in the hunt here. But staying in the middle of this DRS train is beneficial for the action because it means that Gore probably cannot get by him. So if I'm the action, I'm not totally happy with this state of affairs, but it's beneficial to me.
It is. He's got to be a little careful, though. He keeps looking. He should just try to stay in the slipstream until the DRS zones. He keeps going, maybe to try to get out of the dirty air, and it's giving him some bad lines through some of these fast turns. He got a good exit here, but see, he's all the way out. He's not taking the slipstream, and then he'll slide back in.
I wonder if it's
yeah,
probably not engine cooling, as Feline Phenom picks up another penalty, as does NYK. Gore's going to go for it.
The action
closes the door, and I think.
I wonder if SoCal got the. No, he did not. Okay. And Gore. Some intense racing for up, and that's Kubi is in the wall. After turn 3.
Got the 2 damage.
Smithy, that's a big penalty because that now, if it were to end right now, your podium will.
I think I lost you there, Golf. Anyway, Golf's.
Sorry,
there you go.
Kubi spun again and into the wall. He's. Sorry about that. My microphone decided to shut off.
All right, let's go back on the action core. Action is still stuck behind SoCal Blazer, and the action's going to lose his tire advantage. With SoCal Blazer being on 2-lap younger mediums, these softs are going to start falling off. Let's actually look at the telemetry and see. So we've got P6 is the action, and he's at 28% tire life, or tire wear. Gore is at 27%, so Gore's a little harder on his tires, and then the action on the mediums is at 23% wear. So the action's tires are probably not going to be helping him out anymore. He's not going to have the tire advantage for much longer. As we see him try again, he just pokes his nose down the inside, trying to make SoCal think he's going to go for a move. But if you do that enough times, the person's never going to fall for it. You know, kind of like the boy who cried wolf.
We go again. SoCal to the inside, the action to the outside.
Oh.
He squeezed him.
And I think the action's got by, and I think he did not have the DRS, so SoCal's going to try to come back at him. But I don't think, no, he's not going to have it done. But Gore critically was not able to get by SoCal, so this is the action's chance to try to run away a little bit. If he can catch up to Van and get that DRS, but
yeah, right now he does not really. Oh, big issue. Ruda spun completely around.
Does the right thing, and that's going to be a
safety car. I believe Van hit him.
Oh, yeah. Van is down to P9, P10 now. He's missing a wing. That is unfortunate. So it looks like Ruda and Van probably tangled a little bit. So that promotes the action to P2. Because NYK, Smithy, Feline Phenom, Calculus, and Ruda, Van is going to pit as well. All pitted. As action was 12 seconds behind his teammate. That just shows you Lawrence's pace. He was already well down the second straight by the time the safety car came out because he didn't pick it up right away. So as Sim Black Fox rightly points out, we've only got 4 laps currently to go. The safety car will probably, I would think,
it will only be out for 2 laps at most. So,
yeah, so
we will get 2 laps definitely.
Yeah. So those guys who pitted for the softs, they're going to need to do a lot of work real quick to make that choice pay off. Let's look at the penalty situation. Smithy has got 6 seconds. So unless he can drop the people behind him, he's going to fall farther down the order. NYK does as well. Ginger has 15 seconds. Feline Phenom has 19. Ruda 6, Van 6, and QB.
So 6. Action is actually going to take the lead here as Lawrence pitted and has come out behind. Oh, he did not. He came out in front. Oh.
That was a gutsy call from Lawrence. Although, so Lawrence is a reserve. He just joined this week. This is his first race this season in ARC Tier 1. Does Lawrence do his teammate the solid and get out of the way? Is there team orders at Red Bull?
I'd say there are, but it's...
Multi-21, Lawrence. Multi-21.
So safety car is going to come in this lap. So we will have 2 full laps of racing. The person who is going to try to benefit right now is Max. Because if Max can catch up to the back of this field before we start, he could end up picking up 6th place, if I do my math correctly, with the amount of penalties from Smithy, NYK, his teammate Ginger, Feline, Ruda. It's he's not going to fully catch up. Lawrence is gone. The action got a decent start, but
yeah,
I would say there were no team orders because the action was not told when he was going.
No.
Spin from Ruda.
So Max is back into the points. As Gore is going for a move on SoCal Blazer. Gore's on the older softs, the old softs, 11 lap old to SoCal's 12 lap old mediums. Let's see, can Gore get it done in turn 4? No. But as you can see, Action's already put 1.5 seconds between himself and SoCal. Lawrence has already put 1.2 seconds. Let me see in Discord. Are Lawrence and Action and Voice together? They're not. Nobody's in Red Bull Radio. Action. Oh, they are. They're in the F1 practice voice channel. So we'll see.
Smithy with a spin is going to take him out of the points.
That's unfortunate. So Action, I think, is safely. Oh, as we start the last lap, and Lawrence sets a 1:04.9 for the fastest lap of the race. I'm going to stay on board with Gore, I think, although there's some action farther down the grid. Gore, this is going to be huge for him if he can try to get back on the podium. But he doesn't have DRS on the last lap. I don't think he's going to be able to get it done. So I'm going to go on with Ginger, who's trying to get a move done on Calculus. And Max's teammate pumps and runs him. A little bit of informal, let's say, team orders there at Aston Martin as Max gets into P8. So let's look at the penalties.
Max can pass Calculus. Max will get 5th.
Yeah. So as it stands right now, he'd be in 6th.
Yeah, he's 6th right now. Your podium will not change.
We have a Red Bull 1-2 as Lawrence comes around the final corner. Does the last to first challenge with a 1:04.4 for the fastest lap on the last lap. Action P2, SoCal P3, Gore P4, NYK is going to tumble down. So Calculus P5, Max 6, NYK 7, Van 8, Feline Phenom 9th, Ginger, no, I think Feline Phenom is going to fall down more. Smithy 9th, Feline Phenom 10th, Ginger 11th, Ruda and QB will bring up the back of the pack as they had spins there after the restart. Ruda follows or passes the finish line, and we got some carnage there across the finish line. So, Action retains and extends his championship lead after it looked like Gore was going to really put some distance between them. RRK Lawrence, otherwise known as Some Idiot, takes driver of the day from the game. And I think, well, I'm going to give my driver of the day to Action. He had a couple of incidents that took him outside of the points, and he kept his head and was able to get back to P2 and stay ahead of his championship rival. And for winning world championships, that's the key, is to just finish ahead of your rival. Who's your driver of the day, Golf?
To me, I got to give it to between the Action and SoCal. I think SoCal had a great race. Really held the Action behind him for so long. Wasn't able to keep him behind him forever, but both of them had great races. They started 7th and 8th. They finished 2nd and 3rd.
All right. So here's your final order. RRK Lawrence, P1 with fastest lap. Action in P2, and SoCal Blazer rounds out your podium. Followed by W. Gore, Calculus, X-Max, NYK Vans, Smithy, Feline Phenom. That's your points finishers. Ginger, Ruda, and Aslan are your actual finishers, and then Rogue, CW Racing, and Wansaria all DNF'd. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you again next week. Good job, Golf.
Yeah, it was fun. A lot of action.
Yeah, for sure.
I did get the race director. I don't know if you were able to get it on. Okay, good. I wasn't sure you were talking. Yeah, you were talking, and I was like, oh, I probably should get the race director also. Let's see.
Yeah, don't delete it. So I might not have got it all.
Yeah, I did get to the end, so.
I'm pretty sure I did too. I had to blast through it to make sure I got it all. Let's see. So I'm going to. Should we make SoCal and Action co-drivers of the day?
I think we can. I think they. I think they both deserve it. If anything, SoCal, because he probably was in less incidents.
I'm making co-drivers of the day. So.
Works.
All right. Have a good night, dude.
You too, man.